I've been in this business, I've been dealing with municipal government for about 20 years. I was chair of the finance committee out of college in Salisbury and had to turn that budget around, and it was a mess. I worked for the Mass Municipal Association, helping cities and towns on a state level deal with these big policy issues and trying to get law changes to make, things like changing the healthcare plans possible. I created the Metro Mayors Coalition, which was the 9 mayors of Metro Boston, bringing them in together around one table, one room, and I was their hired person to figure out how to change the healthcare system for their cities, how to coordinate all their emergency management, do all these creative things that are, I like to call game changers for municipal government. When I went to the city of Beverly, hired by the mayor as the purchasing director and director of contract administration, and walked in the door, first day on the job, head of purchasing, and the mayor said, "Great, glad you're here. We're in the middle of union negotiations. We've been out of contract for 2 years. It's a pretty hostile environment. I want you to take over the negotiations." Okay. So I had, for a year and a half that I worked for Beverly, jumped right in, and it was hostile, like you wouldn't believe, but negotiated new union contracts with health savings built in, and went through that whole process, and then got asked by the school committee in Beverly to come over, and I negotiated all their contracts and settled them. So the point being is that, my experience over these number of years, I've done budgets in multiple communities. I've dealt with municipal government on a statewide policy level, dealing with the laws and finding ways for municipal government to have the tools, working with mayors directly around the state to come up with new creative solutions, changing the way municipal government works, transforming it. That's what we've been doing here in Amesbury, and I say on the city side, because I'm the CEO on the city side. I'm the chair on the school side. The superintendent is the CEO on the school side. On the city side, we've transformed a way we've done a number of services so that we've been able to maintain a fairly flat, slight incline bottom line, and at the same time reinvest in roads, parks, and be able to have the capacity to put 90% of all the new dollars into the school system. And it's, you can't do this stuff through platitudes. It takes real understanding of the complexities of the system, as well as having the relationships both within the city, working with the employees, working with the unions, but having the relationships at the state level to say, hey, we need some help here, we need law changes, or we need particular grants to help us leverage making these changes. And that's what we've done on a number of fronts. So I'm pleased with the effort. So it's a long answer to your question, but hopefully it provides some context for everyone that, it's a big picture that we have to look at, and it's over a multi-year time frame